Uh, Good evening, everyone. We are 20 Sides to Every Story. I am Corey, DM for Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Thanks for the cheer, Rimlock. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? I've never had one of these resolve. Hi. Um, so, sorry, something happened in the background. I've never seen that before. So 20 sides, what was I saying? I'm Corey. This is Dragonlance. 20 I'll get there. Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen, one of the newest releases from Wizards of the Coast. And our party is in the middle of the Northern Wastelands. Thank you, Potato, for the cheers. We appreciate you. Yeah, our party. Um, Apologies. The the weird thing that came up on my screen has thrown me off. So, uh, 20 Sides Every Story is an online gaming community that gets into a little bit of everything. We tend to sort of focus on D&D for the various versions of D&D, but we really do explore quite a few things. So I encourage you to check out our Discord channel, which is active most times a day, where you can find out what we're up to, whether it's art or Diablo 4 or the various other TTRPGs that we get into. Um, Thank you, Daw, for the cheers. Um, yeah. Hype train coming. This is wow, nice. Um, so when we left our characters are traveling through a place called the Northern Wastelands, north of uh north of um the city of Kalaman, a city which um, was recently threatened and pretty savagely attacked by the Red Dragon Army. During that attack, they learned that the Red Dragon Army was looking for something, and that they had gone into um, the Northern Wastelands um, in order to find whatever this is, which might possibly have some connection to a place called the City of Lost Names. Um, the party explored a few places in the Northern Wastelands, little clues that they found. With the aid of a group of Sylvanesti elves, led um, one of whom is somewhat well known in the Dragonlance community, elf named Dalamar. And so they went around looking in these places. One of the key features of all these places they found was that they were um, they were all shrines of sorts to religious figures. Um, when they got to the most recent place, a place called Wakenrath, it was even weirder. What they found was a tower that was half stuck with a connection to the Shadowfell plane. They were able to sever that connection, and while doing so, they met the individual who was responsible for the connection, who is now nothing more than a ghost stuck inside the Shadowfell, who told them the story that there was a city once, years ago, called Onyari, and that city um, was uh, was being attacked. And during the attack, it started to descend rapidly from the sky. As it was being attacked, the tower in which they were now standing was once part of Onyari, and it broke off, and it started to fall to the ground below. They they recognized that um, they needed to do something to save the tower and the people inside, and so they enacted this ritual to try to bring the tower entirely into the Feywild. It failed terribly. Half of it landed in the Shadowfell, And so, yeah. Um, with that information, with the information about the story of the tower, as well as the two religious shrines, the party were able to rendezvous with Dalamar. And with Dalamar, they were able to determine that this city that descended from the sky, which is possibly the city of lost names, likely descended to a place called the Giant Spine, which is some distance to the north of them. And so now the party has a number of options ahead of them. They can still keep exploring around. They know of a couple other threads of information that they learned about along the way. And yeah, so where we're going to start, it's morning. You guys should all be long rested. We'll do introductions here in a second. You should all be long rested. And you, you have basically spent the night conversing with Dalamar about what is next. He's also told you about some magic he knows of, or he suspects he knows of, in the distance. That might also be a possibility. And so, yeah, that's where we'll start. Sorry, I'm a little disjointed. Also, my dryer is being very loud. Yeah, so let's start. We'll start with Daw.
Hi, I'm Daw. I'm playing Kato, who is a now level 7 Oath of the Crown Paladin. And as for possible places to check out, I mean, it's going to take our army quite a while to even get up towards the Giant Spine because they don't have the boon that we do. That I think it'd be a good idea to hit up some of the locations that we already know are along the way while they continue to progress slowly along the wastes.
All right. Move over to Lauren.
All right. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm have a voice now. I'm playing Miranda. She is a level 7 human sorcerer. And I mean, that seems reasonable to me to take advantage of our quick speed to maybe check out a few things along the way, but is eager to get to this mysterious city.
Isaac.
Hello, I'm Isaac. I am playing Brallin. He is a level 7 Drake Warden Ranger. He would, I think, uh, even knowing that time is on this side, the fact that he has heard about there's training of some type of dragon, a dragonel, in near High Hunt. I think he would love, at least on the way, to try to check that out, as well as try to help out the elves that also seem to be on the way. He also has a secret that he's excited to show everyone.
Okay. And last but certainly not. Oh, no, I have two more people. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. David.
Hello, I'm David. I play Cass, a level 7 thiefy rogue who pretends that they aren't a thief. Cass probably is ultimately most interested in getting to the city of lost names, but since there is at least one destination we can hit on the way there, depending on the path we take, they are probably more leaning toward the place where the Dragonels are, and just a town, a settlement, versus another scary magical place, or where the Red Dragon Army is known to be, at least in part. So that's the way they're leaning.
All right. Thank you. And last but not least, Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex. I'm playing Quinton. He's a human wizard, and he is trying to navigate the messy web of friendship. And so while he would like to go to the City of Lost Names, he's going to try a different tact today because he got the impression that his maybe only friend in the world, Brallin, is maybe upset with him. So he's going to just agree with whatever Brallin wants today. He's going to be super agreeable.
So, the story opens this, early morning, and the party is sitting with Dalamar. Dalamar has agreed to accompany you if you go towards the magic. Otherwise, he may have to do his own thing and chicken when he can. So he is interested in what your decision is.
Well, I'm all for trying to see the settlement that's still out here. Perhaps they have some information that could be useful for us in our endeavors.
Yeah, that gets my vote.
Well, I definitely would like to see that. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
All right. Well, I guess it's the unanimous vote then.
So you would probably have to check in with Gareth. I'm terrible tonight. I haven't even been drinking. So the the army is coming towards this tower. So what
Should we tell Darren?
they are about a day off. So you could wait for a day and finally catch up to them, or let them catch up to you.
I mean, if we are going into the town, I mean, we can retrieve
Doran?
Roan. That's right.
Mhm.
Roan and take him back. He's with the army right now, is he not?
They said we're gonna get a reward or something too.
There
Well, I'm
was
sure
a
you
can
reward
back.
promise, yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure he pretty much would not want to traverse these wastes by himself with two encroaching armies wandering about.
Good thinking.
I'm all for meeting up with Darren.
So wait a day so you can talk it through.
Yeah.
I'll just say the added benefit that I believe there's an entire, chest of charcoal traveling with the army.
I was about to
Okay,
suggest
that
that
excites
perhaps some
anyone.
charcoal
Yeah.
that they might have there.
Oh, that right there. Right there in the fire.
Well, thanks for thinking of me, Brallin. But that charcoal just won't suit my needs.
The fuck? What? Why are you?
Well, what makes
Really?
this charcoal extra special? I'm really curious. Is it like from a certain wood?
I don't know. It's just in the bin that says special charcoal whenever.
So you don't even know what charcoal you're getting? It just says special charcoal?
Yeah,
For magic purposes.
magic purpose. That's right.
But what makes it magical?
Magic.
Purposes.
The cost?
I don't know. I think you're just trying to make. You just keep on bringing it up because I don't know. One time I asked you to take out your little birdie, and now you're blaming it on me. That it went poof.
You know, I'm just projecting my feelings of missing my mom onto you. That's what the bird represents for me. So I am sorry that I made you feel that way, Brallin. That was not right of me.
I'm gonna look at Miranda. Did you talk to him or something? What is going on? Why is
No,
he?
I
What is
think
going on here? What?
I think he's trying to make amends for the fight yesterday. Right? Is that right?
Quinton just like wanders away, smiles and wanders away.
Okay.
Where is he
He's
going?
Do that?
He's gonna go kick
I'm
some
mad at him.
charcoal.
Why is he so nice? Why is he being nice? He could choose to be nice.
Well, I think yes. I think he's never seen the purpose of being nice before. And now he sees a reason to be nice. And I think it's because he doesn't want you, his friend, to be mad at him.
When you say it like that, it seems very basic. I understand.
I'm saying before.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying it's a big deal for him. He's never had a friend before.
oh,
You should have seen him back at the village. Oh, he would try
Was
to
that like-
swing the sword.
Hey Cass, you're looking good today.
Yeah, Quinton, remember the last time we were promised a reward? Way back in Vogler? Never got it.
You know, the resentment of that has been living with me for quite a while, but I've decided I'm past it. I'm moving past it.
Yeah. Sometimes
Thanks,
people are just a
Golf.
little too generous with their words.
I don't know. He must want something. There's no reason why. It's just I'm like saying that to everyone else. There's no reason for him to be so nice all of a sudden. Either way, I have something that I am very excited to show you.
Well,
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Don't leave us in
Gertie!
suspense.
Gertie! And Gertie does not come from behind my cow, but comes from behind a rock somewhere and is quite a bit larger.
oh.
Why did you feed her?
Wow.
Well, it was getting bigger. I mean, and I've been practicing something too. It was a lot harder when she was little.
Step a little bit from this.
It's only gonna get bigger?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Are we gonna get bigger? I don't know.
Does she talk to you?
I mean, I talked to her, and I mean,
Okay, no, understood.
I
Understood.
every once in a while, I guess she says things.
What do you mean says things?
Well, like in her own little
No.
dirty way.
Like it's a behavioral thing?
No, she goes, "Wee, boo, boo," and he'll like mimic what it sounds like, I guess, to speak Draconic.
You're just making a bunch of hissing noises at me.
She seems to
Oh.
understand. I'm
Do you
sorry.
understand? Do you
It
understand?
sounds a lot like your primordial. Are these
It's a
actual languages,
feeling.
Brallin?
I'm sure it is. I mean, it's Gertie speak, but I'm getting to understand it a bit. Either way, that's all fine and good. But check this out, and I'm gonna like go and mount Gertie, and I'm gonna take her for a quick lap around the group.
Wow. You and you can have races.
You want to try?
With how long does it take you to summon your horse? She turns turn to Kato and like
It's
how
right
long does
here.
it take?
It's right there.
Oh, why don't you guys have a race? We got time to kill.
When you want to have a third steed.
You?
It's not real. But it can still run.
What does that mean?
Oh, it would be honorable to face off against Sir Squire Kato.
Not a sir.
You would want to race me? It would It would be amazing to try.
To what end?
Right to the end of the gorge there and back.
You want to race to the end of the gorge and back on my horse on your acid spitting reptile?
Gertie, come on. She
not
loves
gonna-
you.
It's
She
not.
tells me all the time.
What do you mean?
Your battle buddies, she says.
We're battle buddies?
Mm-hmm.
She tells you we're battle buddies.
Kinda. It's more like, but you know, I get the feeling.
Every-
I feel that that's what she means.
I feel like every time I look at her, she just snarls and spits acid in my general direction.
It means she loves you.
But it hurts.
Love hurts sometimes, I guess. Either way, are you ready?
If it gets you to stop talking about it.
Say more about this love hurts.
I don't know. Just that's what my mom used to say. Love hurts. Whenever she talk about dad. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I guess.
Do we need a who's gonna give the go ahead? Who's gonna someone want to be like the moderator, the referee for this? The official?
I'll tell you guys when to start. Quinton, why don't you run down where the finish line is and try not to get trampled.
Okay.
All right. Once Quinton is by the ledge or wherever the finish line is, Cass will do a countdown and indicate the start of the race.
All right, I need both of you to make animal handling checks. That's going to be your initiative.
Oh, here we go.
Oh wow! All right. I don't know what to do. Now my good idea is to do it again.
They start out
We'll
neck
see.
and neck.
Neck and neck, exactly. But who breaks away first?
Oh.
Oh,
Is he gonna go? There we go.
there we go.
Oh.
All right, Kato. Are you doing anything? We can do this like a Call of Cthulhu, a much condensed Call of Cthulhu chase. Are you doing anything untoward towards your opponent, or are you just going straight forward?
I mean, that would be not knightly of me to try to hurt my fellow competitor.
I didn't say hurt.
I know, but
Just
like
said,
in
like,
disadvantageous way. I don't know. There might be a rock that's a little too big for the hoof, or it might accidentally fly back.
okay, so you're gonna try to kick something back. Make
No,
me a make me a I don't know what to do here. It's probably another animal handling question, to be
Okay,
perfectly honest.
sure.
For this is for Daw.
Oh,
What are you doing, Jesse? Watch out for the rock. What
Oh
are you
my
doing with the
God.
rock? Oh no! What are you doing? Stop!
Make Isaac make me an acrobatics check.
okay. Oh,
So, large rock hits you squarely in the head. You take
open horse.
you take 1 point of damage, and you're sort of dazed. What are your 2 movement speeds on the horse? Obviously, Or,
Mine
no.
is 40.
60.
Hi. So, one of you is 40 meters ahead, or 40 feet ahead of the other. After round 1, make another animal handling, both of you. See who breaks into. We're going up to 200.
Sorry,
200
she's
feet.
not used to the terrain yet.
All right,
Mm.
Brallin, you're gonna get to go first. Do you want to you kind of think that maybe he did that on purpose.
Yeah, but why? He's not gonna do anything.
Okay. So you're able to narrow the distance a little bit, but not by too much. You guys are now 80, 120, 120, 240. Yeah, not enough to stop him. So he's able to pass the finish line. You are just a little bit short of him, but the Warhorse and Kato um, uh, pass easily across the finish line, while you come in just a split second later with a goose egg on your head.
Ow.
I'm sorry. It's just I'm not used to riding in such horrible terrains. Typically, this would break a horse's leg if it wasn't careful. It was the only thing I could do. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I know you didn't mean to do it.
His Warhorse looks at you with goat-like eyes and snorts at you, and then turns away.
I the squire.
They're not a, sir. Yes, Brallin.
You could read some of that horse, right?
Of course. I mean, I did it just to get her here.
I don't like the way it's looking at me.
What do you mean? She's an absolute sweetheart.
You might want to get off your horse.
Is this like some sort of metaphor or something I'm missing?
Literally
I'm
get
not
off
gonna
the
do it.
horse.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. No. Ow. No, I'm not. I'm
Do
okay.
you want me to
They hurt
fix
me.
it? You want me to?
Yeah. Yes. No. Yes. Yes, I do. Please.
Do you? Do you really?
Yes.
Boop. What? 1 point. Like you're good
So
as
around,
new.
Miranda, around this time, um, as you're watching this stupid sort of board games, right? BORED games going on, you become aware of a noise, and it's very. It sounds like in our like sort of when a sink is at the very bottom of emptying, when you hear the like the weird like that sort of noise. And you look around, and it seems to be coming from pretty much everywhere. And you sort of take stock of what's going on around you, and you see all of the canyons around you are rapidly filling with water. You guys are all safe unless it goes above the canyons. But this is the first time you guys are actually, for some reason, I rolled that it was low tide up to now. But this is the first time that you're seeing high tide, and you see absolutely how destructive this would be if you were in the wrong place. It just, you have very little warning. Certainly, if you were sleeping at night, this would be devastating. And it just moves through. And now there's garbage, there's trash, there's rock, there's mud, all in this water that is filled up all the canyons around you.
Just
And you all hear, like, by that point, of course, you all notice it. It's just Lauren was or Miranda was the first to spot it.
Well, another chance to go fishing. I say to Quinton and Brallin.
Well,
Um,
I think Brallin is just kind of a bit shocked by it.
yeah, how close were they to the edge of all of that when they were doing their little race?
Can you repeat that? I apologize.
Oh, I said, how close were they to the edge of these canyons when they were doing their race? Did they
I mean,
get, you know?
you're in a pretty flat spot, so it's not and pretty high up.
Okay.
It was more just sort of the noise caused you to sort of crane your neck and look over. Um, but like you all heard the gurgling of this water coming and like sort of the splashing. Um, about I would say maybe about a minute later, you start to see the water go down, but it's going down much more slowly than it was going up. Like, so it'll eventually recede, you think, but right now it's pretty high. Um, yeah. Is there anything you all would like to do on this day that you are waiting?
I don't know. Quinton will probably check in with Miranda at some point and be like, "How did I do today?"
Well, I think everyone was aware of and appreciated
I
your
don't.
efforts.
I don't really care about everyone. How do you think Brallin?
Brallin, I think he's a little confused, but um willing to see how this goes, maybe? Conditional approval?
Okay.
You just gotta keep it up, keep the and
Yes.
and
Scaffold the
try
kindness.
maybe not like as um how to put this. You want it to seem natural, right? So it doesn't have to be everything you say to him, like agreeing with him and like it's okay to have a little bit of conflict occasionally. You don't
Got
want to
it.
just be a yes man, but
Yep.
not too much Oh no. I look over at Brallin and just,
I will meditate on this tonight.
okay, I can't wait to see how it goes tomorrow.
Brallin is like kissing Gertie on the nose. She's not paying attention.
I might go
Um,
over to Cass after this and try to get um, a little bit of distance between us and Kato and just be like, think that rock was intentional?
Hard not to think evil god, evil horse. Anything that is magical that comes from Kemash, in my mind, is suspect, but if it's a single rock now, let's hope it doesn't escalate.
Just, I mean, the horse, I just have openly decided is evil at this point, to be frank. Have
Well,
you seen its
Brallin would
eyes?
agree with
Have
you.
you seen its eyes? It looks at you.
Yeah, I'm personally not a big fan either, but we're sort of an odd group. We all have quirks. If our squire friend's quirk is that his magic might be a little unsavory, well,
No,
we've gotten this far.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Look,
still more concerned that he won't acknowledge the possibility
see, this is
of
my
the
concern.
nature of his powers.
Right, like I'm thinking, was he maybe a little influenced to kick the rock? Have the rock kicked back? Is it starting to? I'm keeping an eye on him. And
Yes, and I am as well.
all right,
And yeah, Quinton, that guy's gonna get himself. I was worried about Brallin. He tended to rush into things. He's slowed down a little bit, but Quinton running into that portal makes me think he might be the most dangerous one of this group, even more so than Kato.
oh bless, yes. His heart's in the right place, but he will rush right into a portal to who knows where. So,
Thanks for the raid. I'm happy.
but I know you're sensible. You wouldn't do anything to endanger the party, right?
I certainly wouldn't do so intentionally.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's good. All right. That's good talking
Around
to
this
you.
around this time, the far gab starts to crackle into functioning. Hey guys, what's your location right now?
Hi.
You,
um, we're still near the tower, right? Directly near the tower.
yeah, you're with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with them.
Yeah. Well, you know where the creepy tower is? What's the name of the creepy tower?
Bacon myth.
What he said. Yes, we're right near there.
I think we're gonna get there within the next maybe 7 or 8 hours. Will you still be there?
Plan to be, I believe. Yes, yes.
All right. I can't wait to see you. I have a lot of things to tell you. But I didn't realize soldiers were so disgusting.
Oh,
I much prefer to party, but to be in a party with you all. Yeah, you won't believe some of the stuff there. Oh, it's disgusting. Anyway, so hopefully I'll see you in by the end of the day.
looking forward to it.
All right. Boy. Is there so? I don't think there's any much more to the state of the tower. So the tower did like the edges of the walls started to fall off. And I'm not telling you this just to. There's nothing more to explore in the tower. I just want to sort of set the scene. The tops of the tower have broken off above the second level. So you have the first 2 levels and the ceiling of the second level intact. And then the everything above it has sort of there's pieces, jagged pieces up there here and there. But it's the other thing is that all the lights that were inside of it, one of the big changes was they are now fully illuminated, like bright light. Um, so it's a little bit it's lost that sort of eerie glow to it. But unless there's something more you all want to do, um, the yeah, the first you have the scouts and the advance sort of you see them in the distance, and then slowly people start showing up. First those on horses, then people on foot, and then the horses with all the supplies. And the as they set up camp, it's a little bit. I mean, it's a thing, right? It's a uh, so they set up tents for you specifically that are just for you. Um, Before even Derek gets there, they have a command tent set up. And they had basically they have this table they assemble and rolled maps so you can see everything. Um, uh, Eventually, Cudgel shows up. Is very happy to see you. And starts to talk your ear off a little bit about the fact that like a lot of what they're doing is these troops that he had command of were largely the troops that came from Vogler, the ones who signed up. So you have experience, but quite a few inexperienced, and so Cudgel and there have been training as best they can on the fly, sort of basic, field operations with these guys. Um, and then probably the most unusual is this. There's 3 horses, 1 advanced, 2 on the sides, and then there's this, you know, metal pieces and pipes and stuff coming off this one wagon, and you see Tatana Rukeldust, or she pulls up too. And so yeah, What would you guys like to do? Darren says he'll have dinner with you, but if you need him, he's available. But he's sort of the everything's not so self sufficient as he would like, so he's directing people to assemble and things and get camp the way he wants it.
Well, I think a good starting point is to find your magic box of charcoal.
Ooh, good thinking.
Get extra.
Um, and there are some mages, not high level, but there are some mages with the group, who you easily identify with how they're dressed, and they're more than happy to sell you some just for cost.
My interactions with them will be very salty and sweet.
I think they're a little taken aback by you. Like, so rumor have read about Quinton, and that somehow you are doing things other mages don't do
Oh,
that fall more into the realm of the gods. And so there's this little bit of a I'm not going to say suspicion, but more like you're an unusual object, and they're just studying you. And in my mind, I'm thinking it's a pair of them, who's traveling together. And you just see when in the limited interactions you have with one, you catch the other one sort of like sizing you up.
I'll
Um,
probably be direct. I'll ask them. Is there a problem?
no, no problem. Did you need anything more than the charcoal?
Mm, how much charcoal do you have?
Um, we could spare a bit.
That's good.
Um,
'Cause-
maybe up to 100 iron. We need it as well, but
oh, well, that's good. I'll take that much. I have a feeling I'll
okay.
use it.
Okay. So, and they're like, and if for some reason you need more and you're near the camp, we can probably figure something out. We'll prepare some more ourselves.
What are people saying about me?
What are people saying about you?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't feel like everywhere I go, people are always talking behind my back.
I can assure you we're not talking behind your back.
Oh,
But you are quite unusual.
yes,
Did
I've heard that.
you don't wear the robes of your stature.
Those guys are squares. Oh, wait, you guys. Sorry, you guys aren't squares, but you know. No, you don't know.
Um, it's rare that one gives up on their path so soon.
Well, I would say I wasn't willing to compromise my core beliefs and values, and so here I am, an individual. And that's, I'm learning all sorts of magic that maybe you're not learning from the prefects above you.
I see. Well, um, there is, two schools of magic, and there's the arcane arts, and then there's those gifts given by the divine. And unusual that one would mix the two, but to each their own, I suppose. Not sure I would be very good at kowtowing to one of the divine to request their gifts.
Well, I'm certainly not religious. You don't see me carrying about any holy symbol.
But yet one of the divine has granted you their gift.
It's
You don't find
okay.
that unusual?
It's just a theory, though. That's just your theory.
And it's a yes. It is just my theory. And um, did you always have these gifts, or did they recently reappear like those with others?
You talking about Kato?
I mean, Kato, but all over the world, suddenly people seem to have remembered an art that was long forgotten since before the Cataclysm. You don't think it's weird that suddenly you can do things that have only been whispered about for hundreds of years?
Okay, can I be honest with you? I'm trying to.
Of course.
I do think it's really weird, but I can't tell you those guys about that. I've been telling them that I like made up this magic, and I don't think they believe me. But I was trying to
Perhaps,
believe it because I needed to believe that.
perhaps if you came to the towers, we could study you.
Man, study me? I'm like a
Yes,
research
you're
project.
like a rare artifact.
I don't know. I better ask Miranda if that's okay.
Miranda will have also gone over towards that way to see, of the magical charcoal situation. And upon hearing them talk of studying Quinton here, be like, I think that we have what we need. Thank you for all of your help here.
Sorry,
Oh,
fellas.
you're the one who's known him since his childhood. When did you see these gifts appear? One of them takes out a notebook.
What is the nature of this research? Is it psychoanalytical or is it like arcane stuff?
A little bit of everything. You're a unique creature.
Quinton,
I mean,
you don't have
maybe,
to answer their questions. You don't have to answer their questions.
but they might find out something about me that I would want to know.
And they might report it to robe thing. Do you want them knowing everything about you?
I don't think so.
You see, both of you see one of them whisper to the other, and they both look at Miranda, and the one who listened to the whisper looks to the first and nods, like they're in agreement with something that was just said about you.
Oh my god, they're worse than children. Quinton, come on, you have your charcoal.
Okay, thanks for the
Leave them to their
charcoal.
gossip.
Anytime, please come back if you need more.
All right, I might have some more questions and need more charcoal.
We'll be here.
Okay, Quinton. We get out of their earshot. They are not your friends, Quinton. They are not your friends.
They had a lot of charcoal.
They have, yeah, I'm sure they had a lot of charcoal. This is not what we base. You have to, people can use information that you give them to hurt you, especially when you have gifts that others might want.
They seem really concerned about the god thing.
Well, indeed, they should be. It's unusual, but they don't know any more than you do.
Well, they said that my magic comes from a god. Do you think that my magic comes from a god?
I do. I think your magic comes from a god, and Kato's magic comes from a god, and all of you, just
Well,
gods all around.
You guys have all been treating Kato a little bit different because we found out the nature of his god. What if my gift comes from the same god?
Well, then we will talk about it. The problem is with Kato, he doesn't want to look at it. He's intentionally blinding himself to the possibility. Would you do that?
Yes, I've been doing it since the beginning.
Well, we all knew that you had a god touch thing. You've been making up silly stories, but if I told you you serve the same god as Kato, what would you do? I'm not telling you that. I have no knowledge, but if I told you this.
Maybe still use it?
Okay. And what would you think about yourself as a person using it?
I'm the best person to be using this gift.
Okay. Okay. And so you'd be upfront with it. You would say, "This is the God that I serve, and you guys can deal with it."
Well, the way I see it, I don't worship the god. What? It's not my. What business is it of mine that they want to share with me all these like cool abilities that I could use to help my friends?
At one point, they ask you to do something in order to keep those abilities.
It depends on what it is.
Well, it's something that is bad, obviously. If they ask you to give puppies to everyone, there wouldn't be a moral conundrum, now would there?
Hmm. Well, I haven't heard any like voices. I haven't had any dreams. But if I do,
That's good.
I'll check in with you.
Good, good. Tell me, don't tell those weirdos in the robes.
Okay.
Just get charcoal from them. But don't. Because if they think that you serve an evil god, what do you think they'll do? What color are their robes?
Were they? Was it white and red?
Oh, were
The robes
they
that
were
they
they
were
were both yeah, they were both red.
were
Both red,
red.
yeah. I think that lot would just use you for their purposes.
Yeah, I think you're right. But what if I was really using them for the
Okay.
charcoal?
For the charcoal. This is.
Well, I could invent like a better reason.
Why don't you just ask your god for the charcoal next time? See what happens there.
I don't have a god. Who would I even pray to? Should I pray to Kato's god?
No, no. You should
I
say,
can. I'll start.
please, no, not Caleb. Brallin's god. You want to be Brallin's friend? Make friends with Brallin's god. It's
Wait, hold on. Brallin has a god? Okay, well I know the first dish I'm gonna give on him today.
Just
Let's go check in with the others. I got a big bag of charcoal. I'm pretty satisfied.
I'm so sorry.
Hi. What else is going on? Anything else you guys are trying to? I saw in our private chat, the gems distribution. So you'll have some gold. Does anyone need to buy anything or?
You know what? I'll buy something. Highly doubt they'll have it here, though. I'm looking for a spell component. It is 2 platinum rings worth 50 gold pieces each.
There is a blacksmith who could probably do them. If they don't need to be anything fancy, they just need to be basically rings. Probably do them. And with sort of your guy's rank, if you would like him to do them quickly, he will. So you can get that done overnight.
Much appreciated.
Cass is
I
just
think-
gonna load up their quiver with bolts, crossbow bolts. Get back
Okay.
to the max.
Anyone else? Fine. So, oh,
I think
ahead.
he might just ask. I think he would ask maybe Kato. Kato, does your horse have armor currently on?
Studded.
Okay.
There, I believe so, yes.
Okay, never mind. We're all good.
Did I get a grappling hook?
Uh huh.
Is that a thing they have?
Uh huh.
Hi. Is Gertie in the camp?
Good question. I think my question back is she's been pretty much concealed this whole time.
Right.
Okay. So
I would say because these technically the flavor of the is that they're technically spirits, right? They're not real dragons. In
they
the
can be
class,
summoned. They could be summoned.
and okay, so then I would say she is of an age enough at this point that she could hunt. Like if you told her go hunt on your own, perfect. Like, but she can hide in the environment. She can't hide on you anymore.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
If
we'll
if
say that.
No, okay.
Mhm.
So you
Keep it in
you
the
you
range.
know how to get her back if you need it quickly, but um okay. So yeah, so there is a night starts to fall and um a messenger runs up and tells you that the commander has invited you to dinner. And so you head over towards his tent. And he was happy to see you when he saw you earlier, but now he gives you all big hugs and um to round off one little thing. Delamar did stay for the day. He was doing a lot of study on the tower itself. But he is around. He has chosen to make his camp inside the tower, but he's come to the camp. He's just chosen to sort of be to himself, not in the hubbub. And he's also, you see, like occasionally, like people like soldiers, like curious soldiers, try to wander over towards the tower, and they occasionally in the distance you see like a minor illusion or something trying to scare them off. So it is Sylvanesti property. And he's trying to sort of treat that as such. But he's not a stranger in the camp. Like he's not avoiding it. But yeah, so Dareth is he basically asks, for an update on everything that's happened. And so more or less, is there anything you're keeping from him? We don't have to, yeah, we don't narrate through all of it. But he tells you their account. And basically the first few days were just rough, right? The terrain is rough and trying to move with this many people, find places at night that you can stay, where the entire group can be together and not split into two camps, things like that. It's been a challenge. And so the first few days were real learning experience. Um, Morale was high the first few days, even with those struggles. People were excited. But there have been small bands of Draconians, sorry, I shouldn't say Draconians, Dragon Army troops, who have tried to pick off like scouts as they come back with varying levels of success. So the troops themselves are getting a little bit of experience battling the Dragon Army on a small scale as well, learning a little bit more about the Draconians. But they have taken casualties and fatalities. And so when there were 300, there's probably like 291 now after 10 days. And so you can tell he's really upset about this. Like he's trying to be his normal positive self, but he's pretty upset about it. And then he talks about the morale, like, right, some of these people are so young, they thought, oh, it'd be fun to go off to war, but no thought of the consequences of war, right? That people could actually die in this. And so that in the last 10 days has really like sunk into them, the seriousness and the gravity of what they're in. And so it's a little bit more muted. But he says, there are good days, there are bad days. People people will now ask things like, when are we going home, things like that, which makes he's fearful that things like desertion or even worse, mutiny might be anywhere in the future. But he ends optimistically. I'm just really glad to see you guys again. I wish we could just keep up with you and we could all travel together. Or better yet, I wish that they knew how to travel by themselves without me. I could just go with you.
Oh,
Couldn't you just leave them in Cudgel's care? He's led a company of soldiers before.
Well, I could, but I'd be not doing my duty, and I would, if anything happened, it would, even if one bad thing happened, not even a big thing, I would just feel like it's still my fault. I'd rather be here or with them. Um, but we're doing better. We're trying to keep up with you, so you guys move fast. Um,
yeah, I guess. I mean, they need you here, though, right? They need
I
you.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, yeah. They don't. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not necessarily sure I know what I'm doing, but they definitely don't.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have made it this far without you.
that's right. Yep, Sir Squire Kato.
I probably would have been home by now if without me too. So
Oh, well, I mean, you. But we have the good news. We have the lead on the Lost City. That's exciting. We have leads on, where the dragon armies hold up. We have lots of things that have an end in sight to go back home.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm glad you're optimistic about it. Um, yeah. This is. I mean, I asked for it. I asked for the command, and I got it, and here I am. And it's not. It's. I'll be honest. Like, I'm not really worried about um doing it or giving commands or telling people that to do things that might get them hurt. It just, it's just lonely. Like it just stinks being at the top. You don't really have anyone to talk to. You can't complain. You can't. You, you have to pretend like you always know what you're talking about. Like it's just lonely. I'm glad you guys are here.
Oh, well, I'm glad we were able to stay back for a day and meet up with you again.
I appreciate it.
They're strong. I guess it's the duty, right? You're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And then if it wouldn't be hard to do if it was easy, right? So,
You should get a pet.
like, what do you mean?
I don't know. Do you like dogs, cats, birds?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of a cat guy.
I know where you might be able to get a bluebird, but if you're a cat guy.
Um, um, I'm not sure. I mean, I appreciate the comment, but what would I do with it out here?
Talk to it.
I mean,
Project
yeah.
all of the loneliness that you're feeling onto it, and then you buy another
I
cat.
think the cat would just walk away.
Yeah.
Like, what sort of cat wants to hear me complain?
No cat at all.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh no. So, how's Cudgel doing?
Pretty good. I wouldn't be able to do this without their experience. They run the drills now, and they get people into shape, and Cudgel's still a little rough after Vogler. Able to focus in on sort of the job at hand, but you know, sometimes I see them sort of just staring off in the distance a little bit. Not sure what they're thinking. It's yeah. I think too. I mean, what would you like? Cudgel was the head of the Iron Regiment, right? And now, at that time, I was nothing. I was a squire, and now suddenly I'm the commander. And I don't know. I don't know if if they resent me or yeah. I don't know. So
Have you
I
tried
don't. There's
talking to
no
her?
like. There's no animosity. Like it's just I think there's a distance and yeah. Well, I mean I can. That's just weird. Cudgel's very hierarchical and chain of command. So I don't think Cudgel sees me as um anything but their boss. You know, like even if we did have a little bit of a relationship. So, but I mean, I'm happy Cudgel's here. Like really happy because I can sort of at least on the professional side complain that things aren't you know where I'd like them or wouldn't it be better if we could accomplish this. And I feel like it falls on someone who understands when I say that. But no, I don't mean to complain. I mean it's not. I mean I'm I'm getting to lead I'm troops against the enemy. Like, what better thing to do to fight off evil, right, Kato?
I wholeheartedly agree.
That's what I thought. Kato probably should be the one leading these troops. He's fit to lead an army.
The second he says that, there's just a pause, and like he's like mid like fork lifting, and it's just a solid probably 3 seconds of stillness, and then it just continues.
Garrett, you were knighted in advance of being given this command. Is that correct? You're a full-fledged
Well,
knight.
mm, I'm not really sure where I stand with the knights. But I'm certainly a commander in the militia of Kalamon.
I thought maybe if you had advanced in rank, maybe you could do a field promotion for Kato here, who's certainly proven himself to be a capable warrior and has kept us alive up until now. He's serving as a very able scout for this army, but if that's I'm not an expert on Salamnian, the oath and the measure and all that stuff, so it was
I'm not sure I'm allowed to do that, but I will. I mean, maybe Cudgel knows. I don't think I can just do that though.
Yeah, just like
I mean,
a
I
squire can't take on a squire.
Right.
Yeah. Who tried to do that?
This guy, Brallin.
What'd I do? What? Squire? I'm a squire? Yeah? Maybe you should get a squire.
Now, that's not a bad idea. A squire could be helpful for you.
Sir
But he
meows a
just
lot.
told us
I'm
that
not-
he himself could very well
yeah.
still be a squire.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I have an aide de camp, and that guy, I mean, he's hapless. Like he runs around like, he doesn't know what's going on. He's from the country. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he means well.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what you could do? You could write poetry. Write war poetry.
hmm. You got
And you
other
could
ideas?
share it with us. You could share it with us when next time we talk.
Like you won't? Okay. Okay. I will try. How's this? Every morning, I will send you poetry greetings on the far gap.
Love that. Sounds like a
Okay.
wonderful idea.
Perfect. Well,
Maybe
tomorrow
we,
we don't need to use the far gap, but I'm still going to use it, no matter where. Like even if we're 20 meters away.
The best
Um,
use of the far gap. Just saying.
it's also the best use of Chat GPT. Let me tell you.
are we going to be out of range for it from him in like 2 days?
It's
Oh,
it's the
I'm
thought
gonna,
that counts.
yeah. He's gonna do his best to not be far away from you.
Oh, I know something.
What?
If you happen to come across, I've been looking for this for Cicado here, but if you happen to come across some stronger armor, put it aside for him, will ya? Like maybe
Um,
while you're fighting and whatnot.
what's your armor now? Which one is it?
Lint.
Oh, I don't remember my armor levels.
The next one would be plate, which is like,
Which is
ooh.
gonna take like a well, what we could do is we can have the measurements done tonight, and then maybe the blacksmith can work on it as we move. Would
That
that
would
work?
be amazing.
I mean,
What
it
do you
will take a
think,
while, but
Sir Squire?
I don't think it's necessary. Those resources could be used for other things than just me.
Just do it. Just do it. I shouldn't have asked you. Of course you're not gonna take it.
We put
Yeah.
ourselves into extreme danger every day, Kato. If we stay alive, we help them stay alive.
Yeah. Our information saves lives, right? Right?
Chat GPT is just amazing. It just
Did you write poetry about how good Kato would look in shiny new armor?
Also, did you know? Well, this is a secret for everybody, but you know Gertie, right? Little friend. Yeah. Okay. Well, Gertie can fly too now. I know. Amazing, huh? Wow. Yep.
She can
really?
also fly.
Really?
Wait, what?
Brallin, we should have just
So,
put the finish line on the other side of the chasm, and you would have beat the warhorse for sure.
so I wasn't gonna worry you, but the scouts did catch the sight of a dragon in the distance, or they said it was dragon. There's no dragon, so how could it be a dragon? But it could be Gertie that they saw.
Oh. What do you think about me bringing Gertie into camp?
I mean, like right this second.
Well, I mean, just in general.
Why don't I talk to the troops first? If she's really that big, so that Gertie doesn't get hurt, or so none of the soldiers running away get hurt. So maybe tomorrow?
Okay, yeah, that'd be good.
Oh,
Wow. Looking forward to that poem. Anyone else got any interesting
it's
things?
um yeah. Uh, so the rest of the conversation is more or less, just catching up, and it really is like you can see like life coming back into him as he's around people who, um, are more his peers than ever. It basically comes down to, even if he's not, even if like people like Cudgel are technically more experienced than him, everyone's treating him as the boss, and so it's hard to, you know, it, yeah. And so you guys, maybe because, and he thinks it's because, no, he wouldn't say that. But the constant reiteration of, I'm not your guy's boss, but he just sees you on a different level, and so you can see some, life and enthusiasm come back into his face. So, um, the night passes unless there's something you guys want to do. Um, and we will move into the next day. And so, unless um, the um, oops, wrong number. The water levels are still high when you get up the next day. Like, so the canyons are still mostly full. Um, and sure enough, you wake up to the far gap crackling. This is terrible. Chat GPT, where are you? And you hear, can't even do this in that voice. You hear, in the realm of Quinton, a tale is told of a valiant knight named Kato, brave and bold. His heart ablaze with a warrior's fire, he dons new armor, his spirit lifted higher.
Cass gives a slow clap.
Yeah, yeah. I'll read the rest of it later. I mean, we have lots of days together, so this is a long poem.
Why did you give him
Eagerly
that idea?
Oh, it gives him something to live for. He was so sad. Now he has a daily poem. It's nice.
I stayed up all night writing it.
Oh,
I'm
well,
kind of tired.
maybe not the best.
Probably shouldn't have done that.
No.
So, so the key decisions for everyone today are where the two groups are going. Where are you guys going, and where are you sending them? And why don't we do, it's roughly halfway through, so why don't we take a break now? And we can think about that for a bit. We'll come back, we'll finish that discussion, and we'll move on with whatever the next steps are. So, okay. We will be back in just 5 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. We are 20 sides to every story. If you haven't checked out our Discord channel, where lots of nonsense goes on. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon. Hey, everyone. So it is the next morning. The poem has been read. The day is upon them, where they have to make some choices. And I realized I didn't move the army token up on the same place. So what is the decision? Where are you all headed?
Like, are we gonna head to G and have the army go to I?
Yep.
Okay. So, okay. So you say your goodbyes. Um, okay. You say your goodbyes in the morning. You the area you're in definitely lives up to its name of Eastern Maze. Um, as you see that the caverns are just like a labyrinth as you cross over them, trying to move through them. Sometimes there are times you need to swim, but I would assume that with the use of Gertie, that it makes it a little bit easier. Um, has Gertie figured out how to pick up the warhorse?
Possibly, I would
Has
say.
the warhorse consented to being dragon handled by Gertie?
Oh wait, you want your dragon to pick up my horse?
Well, I promise. She, yeah, she promised me that she's not gonna drop it.
She promised you she's not going to drop my horse.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. She said so.
Well, my horse believes that it's not a really pleasant idea.
Your horse sucks.
Whoa.
There's no need to be rude about it. I mean, she's just not thrilled with the idea of being dragon handled.
I'm
To
gonna
be
just
fair,
stare.
Brallin thinks all horses suck. So
No, there's something about that horse though. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with her. She's just a horse.
Well, either way, what it's
You know
fine.
what?
Let it
What?
swim then, I guess.
If you think that's better,
I don't, but
Just let the
Okay.
horse fly, please.
all right.
let me
Listen,
speak it. Yeah.
you gotta do as he says in this circumstance. I know it's horrible, but you gotta go with it. And the horse says yes.
Whoa.
drop it. No, just kidding.
Gertie promised not to drop it. She won't drop it.
Might drop a rock on it.
Ooh. Oh. Also,
Kato, have you ever
get so
named your
upset.
horse?
Yeah.
Jack.
Did no? What did I name it? I think I called it Argentia.
You did, yes.
Yeah, I thought you had given.
All right. So I assume you're taking Roan with you. That's the plan too.
Yeah, that would make
Mhm.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to just say that Roan is either, for the sake of movement speed, is either riding the horse or the dragon for most of the way. Just to move through. I already mentioned that the water level was high during the day, which a little bit of a new, like, you still have the blessing, and you you notice it with the water, especially like this sort of when you're crossing things that are like even up to your chest high. Like in the past, you were always fearful because undercurrents and things like that might pull you. But it's very weird. Like the water seems to almost like part around you and move around you, and you're really starting to feel the benefits of this blessing that you received at the Shrine of Habakkuk. Um, yeah. So the day passes without significant issue. Roan does tell you that based on where you are, it'll just be about a day more, not even a day, to get to what you where you're going. And so he even points in the distance. He's like, "Do you see the mountain up there?" And it's obvious, and it's not so much a mountain; it's a plateau. But he's like, it's inside where we're going. Is inside of it. So, um, I think the next morning. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing. Yeah. So the next morning, you all wake to the water levels being completely empty again. So the canyons are dry. And yeah. So you what's going on here? I need the thing. So early morning, as you move on, early morning, very early in the day, you get to um. Oh, sorry. Yes, the morning poem. Very early morning, you wake to the second verse of the poem about Kato. Um, from the forge's flame, his armor's gleams bright, a reflection of his resolve, a shining knight. Craft with care, each piece aligned, Kato stands tall, honor in his mind. Uh, so,
I don't know if I like this or not.
Sounds like you got a fan.
uh,
Yeah, just
I,
one.
I really need to stop writing this stuff. You guys, Miranda, I am thankful you told me to do this, but I need sleep. Also, some new journals. I'm almost out of all the paper I have. You are muted now.
Oh, you're
I muted myself trying to
Oh.
look. What you have is good. It's good. Maybe you can just read us some more of what you already have so you can get some sleep. Because I don't think you can lead the army well if you're not sleeping. But we have loved it. It's been lovely, and I think that it's been good for you.
Oh,
have in your voice.
I mean, it's just coming to me. Like, maybe my calling isn't knight. Maybe I'm just like Quinton. I wasn't cut out for this. I was cut out to be a poet.
Oh, well, yeah.
well. Think of this campaign as a way of gaining life experience from which you can draw inspiration when you settle down and become a full-time writer.
Perfect. I mean, that's just yeah. All right. Well, have a safe trip. I don't know if we'll be in range tomorrow, so.
Oh no.
But if we are, maybe I'll make the army go towards you a little bit so that we're definitely in range. You're muted again, though.
Damn it! Don't put them at risk for the sake of your poetry.
I mean,
Out of the canyons.
He rides off by himself to get him to find out distance to share his poetry.
Gets captured.
A dragon
The Red
swoops
Dragon.
down, eats him. Journal falls to the ground.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for a cat. I think the cat idea would have been better for him.
Hi. So yeah, so early morning, you start to ascend the top of this plateau, and then the plateau is really wide, and you're sort of walking towards the center of it, and you can start to see the depression in the middle of the canyon. I'm going to move you guys to a new map, although I'm not sure. Can you guys see or no?
Mm-hmm.
You can see that. Okay. And if ever there were a time that I really wanted box text, this is it, because this is really hard to describe. So, plateau. Carved into it is or not carved into, like there is a crater in the middle of it. And then carved around the edge of the crater is this community. It's nearly impossible to see because you basically have to be right up on the edge of the crater. And what Roan tells you is basically that sorry, that I think I told you there's about a few hundred people living there in this place. It's called Hearts Hollow. Um, uh, it's almost entirely populated by people who become lost in the northern wastes and are brought there and they live there. And so the people, as they move in, they carve the stone is pliable enough that they can carve into it. Basically, like so, all the homes are like carved into the sides of this crater, and they just slowly expand down to the bottom of the crater. Um, uh, there's you know everything there is sort of reused. So it's like things that cloaks that were once used are now curtains and things like that. Like because there's not a huge production here. Basically anything they can find and they can scavenge. But it's nice, it's homely. Um um yeah. Uh Amongst you, you mostly see humans, but there are some hill doors and Kender around. Um And I would say probably the first thing you notice is a little bit of a fear of the fact that there are strangers, right? When you approach, um, there's just this hesitation, and Roan quickly sort of abates it and explains that um, um, hey, like these people, hey, and it explains the whole story about being kidnapped and you guys bringing to the army, and then also bringing him now here. Let me look up there. I know there was a reward. So let me get that. You found him in the Sunward. It is not small. So let me ask one specific question. Where is Gertie in this?
I'm gonna say Gertie is probably staying along the top of the plateau. I don't think she would be coming in.
Would hidden, like, really what I'm asking, do you think villagers would see her or villagers would not see her?
Probably not.
Okay.
No.
And a lot of times I'll let you control that unless we're in combat, like if staying away enough. So yeah, but Roan would have seen her, just to be clear. Like
Yeah.
there was no hiding. Yeah. So uh so let me see if I can find a description or maybe even a picture of her. Question. Sorry. Where okay. Um so Probably the first person, Roan, as Roan starts talking to people, and you see people running around. The person that whose name you hear mentioned over and over is a name Nezra, Nezrah, and you hear, oh, go get someone needs to go get Nezra. And you see a middle-aged woman. She's tall, slender, sort of almost like um I don't know, blonde, shocking blonde hair in a way. Human comes up, sort of up the spiral. And you can see children sort of running after her and stuff, and you can see she's definitely some sort of pillar in the community. And she looks at the group of you, and she goes up to Roan and puts both her hands on. She's a little bit taller than Roan. Puts both her hands on the side of Roan's head and looks him in the eyes, and she says, "Oh, Roan, we were so worried about you, and no, this group has brought you back. Um, you are welcome in our community. Thank you. We will make plans for you to stay if you wish." Um, and you see Roan say, I promised them a reward. And she says, Nezra says, oh, yes, of course. And she goes around and she introduces herself and says, hello, I'm Nezra, um, one of the citizens here. You are welcome in our community. We are very grateful for that you've brought Roan back to us. Roan runs off and collects the reward during this time. So the reward is going to be 1,000 steel.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. This place is fascinating. How'd you come to find it?
No one really knows. It's been here for forever, honestly, or maybe it's not forever, but um, it yeah, it's residents were here forever, and as they come and go, we maintain it. I've been here, a while.
Is it true what Ron says that all of you were not even originally from here?
Most of us are not. We do have a few children. Children who were born here by residents who have grown our community the natural way, but quite a few of our hunters will find someone who mistakenly took their chances in the northern wasteland, and they ended up here. Um, um,
I heard something about Dragonlance or something. Someone trains them here.
oh yes. So I believe you are referring to Kleistron.
Uh-huh.
I don't. And she turns to one of the kids and she's like, "Is Uncle Kleistron here?" And the kid shakes his head, and she says, no. Kleistron will be back. He's out hunting. Um, but he he has 1 second. For some time he was feeding a pack of them near here. I'm not sure he trains them as much as he wishes he could train them. I'm not even sure if he's allowed close to them. They're not um, exactly civilized creatures. But you must be tired. I know the day's early, but perhaps I can. Let me see. Sorry. Um. One second. Okay. So she's going to point out a few things in here. Sorry, I just need to know these by the names. So, one second. You guys are here. Oops, let me get in the right layer. Yeah. Okay, you guys are basically having this conversation here, Breakwater Landing. And this is just like general shops. It's the town square, more or less. Ends Odds, which is down here, is the slightly used goods and like things scavenged from the waste, basically, like the wastelands. What's next? The here, the Salt Lick is the tavern, and Nezra quickly tells you can just call me Ness. Like she's very informal about it. And she points out that in the tavern there's a table, and she says, this is often where you can find me. This is the mayor's office, let's call it. And then other important things is sorry, there's sort of an armory over here, where the sort of if need comes up, there's some armor and weapons for the citizens, and then fort. Yeah. Though probably the weirdest thing about the Salt Lick is not built into the wall. It's floating, supported by cables. Like it's sort of almost hanging from the walls rather than in them. So, yeah. So you have a place to stay. They've found you some quarters. If you wish, still is early in the day. Kleistrin will probably be back in the evening. He's just out hunting. And then, you have your 1,000 gold. Is there anything you'd like? Oh, one thing. This. And this probably would have happened on your way down, so I apologize that I'm doing it out of order. This mosaic here. So as you enter the community and as you're welcomed to the community, one of their community traditions is that you add a rock to this thing called the mosaic. And it can be any sort of rock, but basically over the years, this has become colorful as people have different rocks that they add to it. And so it is a mosaic, which explains why on the map it looks a little more colorful. And so this literally wraps around the entire place. Like the mosaic is not in a specific place. It's basically the pathway. But the tradition is that even the hunters, as they go out, if they find an interesting rock, even if they're not their first time, they bring it back and they put it on the mosaic. So, yeah. As you get settled in, you see Roan is sort of, he's been gone for a week, right? And so sort of telling his story and He's already getting drunk in the bar, and have heard he's back. Yeah. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
Cass would want to
What-
explore,
Okay.
wander a bit,
So,
see
I
where
will-
maybe some coin can be spent.
okay. The only other thing I would say over the course of the day you figure out, like, or you realize, is that they're not asking a lot of questions about, like, Roan has told them that you're doing this. But Roan is probably smart enough to not bring up the fact that you have an army, right? Like, so Roan is leaving that for you guys to tell. He left that part out when he's telling other people. And so beyond that, though, people aren't really asking, like, they're not really asking questions about why you're there in the middle of this wasteland that you happen to find Roan. There's this sense of, like, they respect privacy. And so, yeah. In terms of spending gold, um, uh, it's not a lot, but you do learn that there is a sort of a renegade mage in town, whose name is Lavender Jawls. And he's not, he can brew some potions. So if there's a potion you want, he may be able to do it up. And then there's, basic equipment in town. So nothing, I don't know if anything specific would interest you, but yeah.
No, it's more a matter of between gemstones and coins. Cass has a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of stuff, and was thinking it might make more sense to invest in maybe like a magic item if any were available. Just something again that they could carry on their person that would be a little less ostentatious than huge coin purses.
Yeah. Here, difficult to find specifically.
Yeah.
But potions, certainly, if there's potions they're looking for. Is there anything you guys are trying to accomplish here? I know meeting Kleistrin is one of them. But anything else?
I got kind of one thing, but it's not really important. I'm also
Okay.
gonna go shopping, but not for like equipment, but for like I wouldn't say trinkets, but like I guess souvenirs are probably the better word
Okay.
of something that would be from
Yeah.
this place and this place alone.
Yeah, and probably the souvenir of choice here is, this concept of interesting rocks. Has taken so as they dig out the sides of these craters, right? Carvers of stone. So you have, like, interesting stone animals and stuff like that. Has become an issue, like a thing they do.
I'd definitely be up for procuring one of those.
Okay. So yeah, if nothing else, then I would say that, and don't minimal change. I'm not super worried about, unless you're going to buy a lot of them and sell them. So maybe about 2 hours before nightfall, one of the kids comes up and to you all, and probably specifically to Brallin, and sort of tugs on your your sleeve and says, Mr. Uncle, did I say his name was? Because his name, Uncle Kleistrin is back.
Oh.
He's coming.
Oh, great. Well, let me. Anyone want to go?
I'll join you.
Um,
I am slightly intrigued.
do I have? I think I have a picture of him in
Oh,
here. Oop, nope, wrong one.
Cass tells Quinton, you might be able to find even more charcoal talking to that lavender individual. Have birds for days.
Um. So yeah. So you guys see this guy coming in because it's this circle, and it's one of the maybe quaint things about this community is that like it's really obvious when someone new or someone shows up, right? Because you see them coming in down the spiral around the edge of the crater, and so and all the kids run up to him, and you see him sort of um, handing out berries from his pouch and other sweet things and maybe interesting rocks and even a gem or two here and there. Nothing expensive, but something shiny, right? To the kids sort of are running around him with glee. um and he sees the group of you sort of down below, and so he starts to wander down like hey, what's up? I'm Kleistrin.
oh.
Who do I have the pleasure of meeting?
Well, this I'm Brallin. Nice to meet
Brallin.
you. Yep.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well, my friend.
Cool. This Sir Kato, Sir Squire Kato.
Kato, Squire.
Just
A
Kato,
pleasure
which
to
is
meet
fine.
you as well. And
My
you, my
friend.
lady?
Oh, hi. I'm Miranda. Nice to meet you,
That's a
Quinton.
pleasure. Um, I hope these this group isn't keeping you, you know, on your too exasperated with their antics. They look like a bunch of rogues.
Maybe a few of them.
And you two skulking in the back. Who are you?
No skulking.
That's Quinton. I'm Cass.
Pleasure to meet you both. Welcome to our community. So glad you all could make it here. The kids told me you brought back Roan. I searched for some time, trying to find him, and it looked like that he ran into the dragon army, and then he whisked him off. I would feared the worst, and apparently you gave me the best. So thank you.
It was our honor to bring him back here, bring him home.
Well, it's our absolute delight that you did. So thank you. Where are you off to next? Are you staying? And I don't mean to. I'm sorry. I that sounded rude almost. I don't mean to say that you can't stay here as long as you like. You are heroes for bringing our citizen back.
We're going. We're traveling. Maybe north. I don't know what's up north.
Well, I know this. I pretty much know everything there is to know about the Wastelands. I'll be honest.
Really?
Maybe except where I can actually find a dragon, but other than that,
Oh. Well, well, there's word around that says that you've been training or
well,
working.
dragonelles, they're not. I'm not sure training is correct, but I do know of some dragonelles. I haven't. I've tried to feed them to to soothe their wild side a bit so I can approach, but I'm afraid with these Dragon Army patrols, it's become a little bit dangerous for me to get down there recently.
Oh. Patrols? How far away from here? These patrols.
Well, they come and go, not anything big. It seems, best I can tell, they're looking for something, and I'm not quite sure what it is, but they do seem to be trying to scour as much land they can up here. I see their tracks everywhere.
Hmm. Right.
I will say as well, you're asking me if I've trained the Dragonels. Some of those creatures I've seen riding them.
Oh.
I will be perfectly honest, between you and me, I'm fascinated. I would love to ride one of these creatures.
Really?
Indeed. Spent my whole life. As a kid, I saw a dragon once.
You did?
I did.
Go on, tell me about it.
And it was magnificent. It was an absolute fear, but at the same time, it was the best moment of my life. And I've spent my life looking for dragons ever since.
Is that what brought you up here?
I've been actually here my entire life. I grew up in a small village right to the edge of the wastelands, and we regularly moved into the wastelands to hunt. Even as a child, this was my playground. And eventually, I met Ness here, and yeah.
Well, I know you just got into town. But
I mean, I've only been out for the day, but what um, it's not like I've been on a long journey.
how much? Tell me again. How much joy would it bring you to ride something like that?
Well, I mean, I suppose, I don't know. I think just seeing a dragon again would prove that, I'll be perfectly honest. There's many people who believe that I did not see what I saw.
I
I think I'm
believe you.
crazy. Well, thank you. And I know what I saw, despite those who would say otherwise. Um, if you are so inclined, we could always try to go feed the Dragonels. I said it's been a little bit difficult, but with a group your size, even if we were come upon by um, the patrol, we would be, I assume, fairly safe. You walked here yourself.
No, I would love to do that. What do y'all say? That sounds like a great idea, huh?
It's a bit of a distance, but we could do it.
I think it's a fantastic idea, Brallin.
And what else?
You
Everyone
son of
else
a
think?
bitch.
What?
I think, yeah, I will agree with Quinton, except for maybe the last part.
If you said that the Dragon Army you've seen them astride the Dragonels. If there's even a chance that we can, either tame them or at least get them
Well,
away from the.
I don't want I will be perfectly honest. I've not even come within 400 feet of them, and I've been feeding them since they were babies. So I'm not sure we're quite there yet to tame these. So I just want to, not for maybe some years, if ever. But it does give me an opportunity to study them and to learn more about them, with the hopes that if they do have a baby again, perhaps then I'll know what to do right this next time. Although I think I would be heartbroken even to steal one of their eggs from them.
You ever hear them talking to each other?
I don't know if I hear them communicating. I'm not sure if I would call it talking. Not like you and I talk.
Mm.
Humor me for a moment. If you could just do a brief impression of what they sound like when they talk.
When it sounds like a number of screeches and, like almost like a bird, but much louder.
No.
Okay.
Are you up to do? What time of the day is it?
It's probably, it would be evening because I told you he was out hunting for the day.
Oh,
So I will show you on the map where it is, which might, it's here. So it's a full day journey one way for you guys
oh,
to do it. So, and he's not, to be clear, he's not putting pressure on you in the sense of like, they're Dragonels, they can hunt for themselves, but he's only using it for, it's not like they're starving. It's just he was using it to try to, try to work this over. But
Cass will lead close to Brallin and say, maybe you should just introduce him to Gertie for tonight, and we can decide where we want to go tomorrow.
mm-hmm. Hey, come here. But you gotta come close.
well, okay.
What are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I appreciate the affection. I will. I've just met you.
Oh no.
I know I come
Oh,
off as very charming, but
I think Brallin would blush a little bit either way, and still be like, no. I'm just saying, what you got any plans? Because I got something that you're gonna really enjoy. We gotta sneak off with that, mate. No one else can know.
Once again, I appreciate the offer. I'm very flattered. But my heart.
I thought I told her to hide. You
What?
know?
It's getting rather awkward.
Okay, so maybe
you're telling me.
Oh no, that might make it. Continue, Brallin. Just continue on.
Well, yeah. I mean,
What I think he's trying to say
Kato
is he has
here.
something to show you.
Yeah, I do. I got something to show you. It's actually just got really big lately.
My friend. I am absolutely flattered.
You should see when it squirts. He goes to attack something, and it just.
I am absolutely flattered. And I am.
Look! I can't take this anymore. Can't any farther. We have something physical.
My friend, is this some sort of prank? I understand you may call your private parts a dragon, but that is not the dragon I am tempted to see. I appreciate
Right here?
He's even named it.
Oh. I mean, she comes whenever I ask. Sure. Gertie. Oh,
You
don't be
really don't have
shy.
a choice
Do,
at
do-
this point.
do we need to
Gertie.
go, do we need to go on break yet? Um, so, so you bring Gertie
I guess
into the
so.
situation? So yeah, so Gertie sort of starts to descend, and first I want everyone to make a perception check.
I know. Not good.
I might need to. I'm having my Outlook, or not my Outlook. I can't switch tabs anymore, so I might need to.
What?
Let me see. Like I can't do anything in Roll20 or actually in Chrome at all.
Oh.
So I mean, hold on. I really can't do anything. Okay, let me wait a minute. Hopefully this will close out. Can't click on anything. I can flip between programs. I can see you guys, but I can't move anything in any. Like I can't do anything in. Oh, I can do stuff in Discord, but I can't do anything in Chrome at the moment.
Okay.
So sorry. So I can't see your rolls is the important thing. So if you who's the highest roll?
Cass got 18.
Okay, that's the highest. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Miranda had 17, then 16, then 15.
so the sort of Gertie flies in over, right, and it's midday, or no, it's the end of the day, but there's still light above you above the crater, right? And so the silhouette of Gertie is the first thing, and then you just hear gasps all around you. People looking up, a little bit in terror, not terrible, but like people are like what's this?
Miranda, that's
Gertie.
why I don't show Gertie in public.
Just. I have to see these people again.
And she spirals down next to you. And so Kleistron is just in absolute awe. And he says, the Drake, just absolute step above the wyverns, the dragonelles. She's lovely. May I? And
Gertie,
he sort
sure.
of reaches his hand out to touch her. And you see just like, like person at a party who's like more interested in the dogs than the dog than the people at the party.
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing. Like he's just like baby talking Gertie and just like, like, and he's absolutely enamored. And sort of oblivious to what's going on around him.
Some of the people here, they called you crazy.
They did. And
Go ahead. Go for a ride.
So, he says, well, I'll be, well, oh, well.
Let me see. That's the new. I didn't want to set the precedent for
What draconian sound like?
draconic, but
No, it's a little like Charlie Brown, but just better. So, yeah, so he, I would say, tries to mount her, and it's a little awkward, right? It's not a horse, right? Like it's not. And he gets off, like he gets off from Gertie a little bit, and he says, I bet you, I don't know how long you'll be here, but I bet you we could get her a saddle that she might appreciate and not hate, and might be a little bit easier for you to ride. I would love to try to design something like that, if you're interested.
Yeah, I could pay for it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Oh, and I would like that. That would be, yeah, like I said, I don't know if how long you have here, but I certainly can. And I'll get right to it. Mostly because I don't think I would feel comfortable soaring through the air quite yet
oh,
on
she
her
can't
back.
carry it. Yeah, she can't.
Oh, but I'm more afraid about me
Oh,
falling. But perhaps with a saddle, it might be a little bit. He says, give me some time, please. I'll see what I can do. And he goes over, scratches Gertie under the neck, and then you see him sort of run off. So, yeah. The next person who walks out is Ness. And Ness sort of looks the creature up and down, looks Gertie up and down, and then looks at you up and down.
And I kissed Gertie real quick.
Uh-huh. And Ness comes up to you and says, there's a magnificent beast you have. And uncharacteristically, this is very similar to what you saw with the old man. I think, if I remember correctly, how I portrayed that. Gertie sort of nuzzles her head under Ness's sort of side before coming back to you.
oh, she really likes you.
Yeah, I try to take care of all creatures who found themselves, in dire situations. I
After
very much
taking
appreciate that you.
a really close look at Nez now. Like, always just scrutinizing people, but given the fact that even, Gertie isn't always the most affectionate toward the rest of the party, just really looking at Nez to see if there's something off.
Ness is not interested in your horse, by the way, just to be clear. He shows no interest whatsoever in the evil goat
Or
horse
some salt in front,
Yeah. who smells of death. It smells of brimstone. Yeah, no interest at all. No. And so, yeah, like I said, middle-aged woman, sort of shocking blonde hair. Uh, just very graceful. I think that's probably the thing that stands out. Like, her clothes are simple. She walks with a grace that no one else in this area generally does. Um, and so, yeah, and I think she sort of just, sort of shrugs. Also, you could make, Cassie, you can make a quick insight check for me and tell me because I'm sorry, there's not going to be much I can do in Outlook if I can't even close it right now.
I got a 3, so
Okay. Yeah. So, and so it's very perfunctory. Like, it's very, like, she has this moment with Gertie. Gertie nuzzles her. She sort of says, and then it seems to be over. Like, it seems to have passed for all of you see this. And the only thing she leaves it with is she says, like, a magnificent creature like that, I hope you take excellent care of.
Sure. Of course. She takes care of me.
Um, and then she wanders. The kids sort of draw her off to go do something, or they probably made a penis in the mosaic stones, because
As
there's a bad element in the. No one knows who it is, but there's some sort of bad element that recently came into the village.
Oh, our
as
next
she's
mystery.
walking away,
Uh-huh.
can I use a divine sense?
You can do whatever you want.
I'll do that.
D&D is a game of free will. Can you put divine sense up? I can't even look. Never mind. What does divine sense? I can't even see. What is divine sense? It's aberrations, undead.
Hollow desecrated, celestial fiend, or undead.
Yeah, none of that.
No. Okay.
Nothing comes up. Huh. So, is there anything you guys want to do with this? I'm trying to. I can't. I'm really I apologize. I'm really at a loss because I can't switch anything.
You all should really visit that store on the corner of the cliffside. Make these really nice little stone animals.
Ooh. Souvenirs?
Like, yeah. I mean, how often do you get to visit a place like this?
True. Maybe a few things to take home wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'm sure your father would be very interested in many things here.
Yeah, he certainly would.
I am really sorry, but I might actually either need to reboot my computer or we just sort of call it a little early tonight. Like I can't. I'm only going on memory of what's in this town anymore. Like I
Okay.
can't get to D&D Beyond.
We're gonna go in every building.
Yeah.
Honestly,
know, it's not-
I would
everyone.
totally want to go see all these buildings too.
So I
I know
apologize
the
because
Salt Lake, it's all experience fascinating.
there's a few quest hooks in here, not too many, and that's what I know one of them, but I don't know the rest, and so I really apologize. I can't even close. Like I can only switch to Discord,
Oh
and
wow.
between Discord and the map, and even that I can't do it. Oh no, I can do it through Tab Alt. So I very much apologize.
I'm fine calling it a little early tonight.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Good with that.
So, so I apologize. We'll come back and and in fact, I'll give you guys the quest hooks over the week so we can decide if you want to do that or if you just want to move. You did accomplish something, right? The main reason you came here. So, with that, I will say thank you guys, everyone. I'm so sorry that I'm having a few technical problems tonight. I'll reboot my computer right after this so that trying to get it ready for next week. We will be back next week, same time, same day. So we look forward to that. We definitely have things going on all week. I think tomorrow is Dark Tower, right around the same time we started tonight. So take a look at that to find out everything that we're up to, and also to participate in the community. Please join our Discord channel. And with that, we will say goodnight a little bit early. So once again, my apologies.
All right.
So, thank you guys.
Raid over to the Mandy.
So, thank you. We'll see you soon.
All right.